What is the greatest G-rated insult you've ever heard?
You look easy to draw.
A young woman was being very rude to the restaurant staff, so an old lady that overheard her said, "Oh honey, you're not pretty enough to be acting like that."
Your life is more about regret management than goal achievement, isn't it?
If she was a spice, she'd be flour.
You have the communication skills of an alarm clock. When my daughter was little, about 4, we spent the night at my parents' and I was brushing her long hair after her bath. My dad told her she had such pretty hair, and asked if he could have a little to cover his bald spot. She didn't even look up and said, "I think you have enough on your back to cover that."
My oldest daughter called me Captain Hook when she was 3. She had run off to her room in a fit of rage, and apparently that was the worst insult she could come up with. Definitely a moment where I tried to hide the fact that I was laughing.
When the toddler I'm babysitting came over, lifted up my shirt to expose my belly, then started squeezing my tummy pudge while saying, "Squishy squishy." I had salad for lunch the rest of the week.
It's impossible to underestimate you.
You couldn't pour water out of a boot if the instructions were on the bottom. You look like someone whose family tree is a wreath. Edit for shameful grammar.
My brother once drunkenly called someone a non-essential vitamin.
You're just a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. A favorite of my dad's was, "Of all my little swimmers, how were you the winner?" Idiot sandwich.
Your mother buys you Mega Blocks instead of Legos.
You aren't that pretty to be this stupid.
Good old England, throwing out the classics. I once heard someone refer to a coffin in the most spectacular way in a sentence, something like, "Your mum looks older than my nan and she's in a wooden onesie. I hope the rest of your day is as pleasant as you are."
It's hereditary, me to my dad every time I do something dumb and he calls me out on it.
I don't know what your problem is, but I bet it's hard to pronounce.
If your brain was dynamite, you wouldn't have enough to blow the wax out of your ears. If your brain was petrol, you wouldn't have enough to power an ant's motorbike halfway around the inside of a Fruit Loop.
I don't give a care. Said by my brother at age 10. I fart in your general direction.
I'd mess up your face, but your mama did it for me.
I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you properly.
You absolute walnut.
I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
I don't care that you broke your elbow.
I am both surprised and pleased to see you, but just a little bit more surprised than pleased. Overheard as my grandfather opened the door to see his old college roommate who dropped by after a 40-year absence. An accidental insult. A guy visited me once at home and, in an attempt to win my baby sister over, told her she looks like Barbie. Our dog's name is Barbie. I've never seen a 4-year look so offended, rolling on the floor laughing.
My daughter was going to sing a song in a talent show. Daughter to son, "Are you going to be in the talent show too?" Son, "No, I don't have a talent." Daughter, "Of course you do. Everyone has a talent. Like mine is singing." Son, "No it isn't. Burn."
Said by an elderly woman in Alabama to, I assume, her granddaughter. You need to get better looking, cause your brains aren't getting you anywhere.
South African. You sound like you shop at Pep Clothing.
Who are you calling a cootie queen? You lint liquor.
You have a face for radio.
You son of a motherless goat.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow. U2.be/7a4hf3 dicuo closing parenthesis.
He suffers from a deep and abiding delusion of adequacy. If you were more inbred, you'd be a sandwich. If he could understand what you are saying, he would be very upset.
And you should be dumpster diving for ham scraps, you 6-piece chicken McNobody.
Your parents must have fed you walnuts with a slingshot.
Anyone who has ever loved you was wrong.
You look like the mud cake I made today. My kid age 5.
From Community, when Frankie really lays into Dean Pelton. I have a rule about being constructive, so I can't ask any questions right now. Because all of the questions I have right now are rhetorical and they end with the word idiot. Do you know what a rhetorical? No, of course you don't know what that is. You're an idiot. I'm sorry, I am so sorry. But you're so stupid. You have no idea. And you're the only one who has no idea, because guess why? Don't answer that, you'll get it wrong. So dumb. You're just a dumb little man who tries to destroy this school every minute.
Your life is more about regret management than goal achievement, isn't it?
You look like a visible fart. Scarlett Johansson, SNL.
Deep as a saucer, sharp as a marble.
Yo mama so dumb she decided to keep you.